Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's LinkedIn Live session. Over the past year, artificial intelligence has rapidly evolved from simple chat assistants into something far more powerful. AI agents capable of planning tasks, executing actions, and interacting with enterprise systems. These systems can now access tools, API, databases, and infrastructure. But with that power comes new risks. Just recently, a widely discussed incident highlighted this challenge. An AI coding agent reportedly executed a mistaken command that wiped an entire production development database, causing significant disruption. The incident sparked a broader conversation across the industry. Is this really an AI problem? Or is it a governance and control problem where powerful AI systems are given operational access without the necessary guardrails? As enterprises adopt AI agents, copilots, and automated workflows, a critical question emerges. How do organizations safely orchestrate AI actions across applications, data platforms, and infrastructure? Today's discussion explores why many experts believe the enterprise browser is emerging as the secure orchestration layer for AI. To discuss this topic, we are joined by Michael Shieh from Mammoth Cyber and Donald Farmer, principal at Tranquilla AI. Michael, let's begin.
Thank you and welcome everyone. I'm Michael Shieh from Mammoth Cyber, and today we're exploring the concept of the Enterprise AI Browser, a secure orchestration layer designed to govern how AI agents interact with enterprise systems. AI is moving incredibly fast. What started as simple chat interfaces is now evolving into agent-based systems capable of planning tasks, calling tools, interacting with API, and executing workflows. But once AI moves from analysis to action, the security model must evolve as well. That's why today's conversation focuses on a key question. How do we safely operationalize AI agents inside the enterprise? And to help us explore that question, I'm delighted to be joined by Donald Farmer. Donald is the principal at Tranquilla AI and a globally recognized data and analytics strategist with over 30 years of experience. He helped shape analytics platforms at companies including Microsoft and Kulik, and Thinkers 360 ranks him among the top global thought leaders in analytics and artificial intelligence. Donald has long emphasized an important idea. Data without analysis is a wasted asset, and analytics without action is wasted effort. Donald, it's great to have you with us today.
Thank you, Michael. It's great to be here. And that statement about analysis leading to action is actually very relevant to where AI is today. For decades, analytics platforms focused on helping organizations understand their data. But now we're entering a new phase. AI systems are moving beyond insight generation into decision support and even autonomous execution. That means AI isn't just answering questions anymore. It's increasingly taking actions on behalf of users. And once systems begin taking actions, especially across enterprise infrastructure, governance becomes critically important.
And that brings us to the recent incident we mentioned earlier. There was a story circulating where an AI coding agent executed a mistaken instruction that deleted an entire production development database. Now, regardless of the specific technical details of that incident, it highlights something very important. AI agents today can interact with code repositories, cloud infrastructure, APIs, internal systems, databases. In other words, they can now perform operational actions. Donald, what lessons should enterprises take from incidents like this?
I think the key lesson is that this isn't really an AI intelligence problem. It's a systems architecture problem. We've seen this pattern before in technology. Whenever you introduce automation into complex environments, the challenge becomes how to control the automation safely. AI agents are powerful because they can interpret instructions, plan actions, call tools, interact with systems. But if those agents are given unrestricted access, then a simple mistake or a malicious instruction can propagate very quickly. So the real issue isn't the AI model itself. It's the lack of governance around what the AI is allowed to do.
That's a great point. Because when we look at how enterprises are deploying AI today, agents are interacting with a wide range of environments. They're accessing SaaS platforms, knowledge databases, internal business systems, developer tools, cloud infrastructure, external internet resources, and this creates what we might call a new AI attack surface. Donald, from your perspective, what are some of the biggest risks that organizations should be thinking about?
There are several. One of the most discussed is prompt injection. That's where malicious instructions are embedded into content that the AI reads, causing the system to perform unintended actions. Another risk is data leakage. AI models often process large amounts of sensitive enterprise information, and if those interactions aren't properly governed, confidential data could be exposed. Then there's the issue of tool access. Modern AI agents can call tools, APIs, or services. But if those tools aren't properly controlled, the AI may gain access to capabilities that exceed what the user actually intended. And finally, there's the challenge of autonomous execution. Once AI agents start chaining multiple actions together, small mistakes can quickly escalate.
And this is where the architecture becomes really interesting. One observation we've made is that most enterprise work already happens inside the browser. Employees access SaaS platforms like Salesforce or Zendesk, HR platforms like ADP, internal web applications, analytics, dashboards, developer tools, and increasingly AI copilots all through the browser. So instead of adding new security layers everywhere, an alternative approach is to place AI governance directly where work happens. And that's the idea behind the enterprise AI browser architecture. If we look at the architecture here, the browser sits in the center as the secure orchestration layer. On one side, we have enterprise systems, SaaS applications, business operations, platforms, private internal applications. These are protected through WebMCP security controls. In the center, we have the AI agent runtime, where planning, orchestration, and action routing occur. And on the other side, AI agents interact with LLM models, knowledge databases, tools, and MCP endpoints, and the broader internet. The browser becomes the place where security policies and guardrails are enforced.
And that's actually a very elegant architectural idea, because the browser is already the primary interface between users and systems. So if AI agents are assisting users, the browser becomes a natural place to enforce policies such as which tools can be accessed, what data can be shared, which actions require approval. In other words, the browser becomes the control plane for AI interactions.
Exactly. And from a security perspective, the browser layer can enforce several critical controls. For example, preventing unauthorized AI usage, detecting prompt injection attacks, preventing sensitive data leakage, sandboxing potentially hostile applications, governing how AI agents execute actions. These controls help ensure that AI agents operate within defined enterprise policies.
And that's essential if we want organizations to adopt AI at scale. Right now, many enterprises are experimenting with AI, but widespread deployment requires trust. Executives need to know that AI systems are observable, governable, auditable, and that if something goes wrong, they have the ability to intervene.
That's a great point, because ultimately, the goal isn't to slow down AI adoption. It's to enable organizations to move faster safely. If enterprises can establish a secure orchestration layer, they can allow AI agents to assist with analytics, development workflows, customer service automation, operational tasks without exposing critical systems to unnecessary risk.
And I think that's where we're heading. In the next few years, we're likely to see thousands of specialized AI agents operating inside organizations. Some will help developers, others will assist analysts, some will automate routine operational tasks. The key challenge will be coordinating and governing these agents safely.
Absolutely. Donald, before we wrap up, let me ask one final question. If you could give enterprises one piece of advice as they begin deploying AI agents, what would it be?
I would say this: treat AI agents the same way you would treat human employees accessing critical systems. You wouldn't give a new employee unlimited access to everything in your organization. You would define roles, permissions, and oversight. AI should be governed the same way, with clear policies, monitored actions, and appropriate guardrails.
That's excellent advice. Donald, thank you so much for sharing your insights today. This has been a fascinating discussion about the future of AI orchestration and enterprise security.
For viewers who would like to connect with Donald, you can find him on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/donald.farmer or follow his work at Tranquilla AI. And to learn more about the Mammoth Enterprise AI Browser, visit mammothcyber.com or schedule a briefing to meet us at RSAC 2026 in San Francisco. Thank you all for joining us today. We look forward to continuing the conversation about how enterprises can safely unlock the power of AI.